Hi, I'm here with a very special friend, Elaine Jones. Elaine is the chairman of Direct Debit Systems UAE. She's also the co-founder of Estico Property and has 45 years of experience in the UAE property market.
Well, thank you very much, Linda, and it's very nice to be with you today.
Well, I have to say it's a very joyful day, Elaine, to think that after all these years, we've finally come together partnering with Direct Debit. And all of the things that you are able to do with Direct Debit are things that we need to streamline this whole system. And we've never been able to do it until now.
Well, and I think it's very commendable that Betterhomes, which is one of the longest serving property companies in the Emirates, has stepped forward so quickly to engage the direct debit.
As property people, we're always in between the landlord, the owner, and the client, and streamlining it. But we couldn't do it before. Electronic signatures weren't even available. There were so many things weren't available to make this happen. So, of course, I'm delighted. Can you highlight a little bit more about the time-saving aspect?
Yes. I think apart from the obvious with the writing of cheques, the time saving is that at the beginning of the year or beginning of the tenancy contract, when you've signed the contract, the payment dates and amounts have been prescribed. There's nothing else anybody has to do. It's all automated. And that's huge. And the UAE PASS element is important because with the UAE PASS, it's electronic signature. So we don't get this return check because signature...
One letter's off. Yeah.
That's right, because that doesn't apply anymore because it's all automated. By adopting it and encouraging landlords to take more instalments in rent, I'm sure that would lead to less default. And we know...
No question. Sorry to interrupt you, but what you're saying is that not everybody has a full rent, annual rent up front, but there were a couple of reasons for this in the old days. The contracts were 1 year. People did have a tendency to skip town if they got into debt, and there was no recourse for the landlord, so it's understandable. Then the banks came in and said, look, we will give you a loan for the year, and then you can have 12 checks. That didn't work either.
Because it costs money.
But it costs money, which is exactly what I was pointing out.
We don't have that problem with the direct debit.
And that's what I wanted to point out, is it's very different from that.
In reality, we should have had direct debit much earlier.
Yeah.
It's an unnecessary burden to put on people. And the beauty of the system from the landlord standpoint is that if he has loans from multiple banks for different developments, he will be issued an OIC for each of those accounts so that the money that is to be collected from the rents will go to the lending bank.
Okay.
So the landlord is not restricted that maybe he's got 3 different bank loans because he's got 3 different projects. So he'll have 3 different OICs, and on the form that gets completed electronically.
And it matches with each.
That's right. And the bank account reconciliation is done. So you don't
automatically.
That's right. And from the tenant's perspective, to not even have to think about it, just know it all just happened. One last point that we need to highlight and accent, that the value of technology to any business is the implementation and the customer service that is aligned with it. Because there's no point having technology in any scenario unless you have good customer service that supports it and helps the user understand how to use it and the benefits of it. And with direct debit, that's just one example.
And that does underline the fact that humans are still needed.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Elaine, thank you so much for being here today, explaining this direct debit system, which will become more and more on the lips of people all over the area, because everybody here is either the landlord's hat, tenant's hat, they're everywhere. So I think as this develops, I'm excited and I'm really looking forward to seeing this grow, and we'll be growing it together.
Well, thank you. Delighted. Thank you.